Reflections and improvements on punctuating adjective and adverb clauses. Hello, language learners. In today's lesson, we'll be reflecting on what we've learned about punctuating adjective and adverb clauses and discussing ways to improve our understanding. Reflection is an important part of any learning process, and it is key to mastering English grammar. Reflecting on what you've learned is a critical first step. So, let's take a moment to look back at what we've covered. Adjective clauses. These are dependent clauses that function as adjectives. They modify nouns and pronouns. Adverb clauses. These are dependent clauses that function as adverbs. They modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Punctuating these clauses. We learned about the importance of commas in these clauses. A simple rule is that when these clauses start the sentence, they should be followed by a comma. If they're at the end of a sentence, no comma is needed. Take a moment to reflect on this. Were there any concepts that seemed difficult? Were there any areas where you felt confident? What were some key takeaways from the lessons? Next, let's talk about improvement. Remember, it's perfectly okay to struggle with certain aspects of a subject. It's a part of the learning process. What matters is identifying these areas and working on them. Confusing adjective and adverb clauses. Some learners might get confused between these two types of clauses. It's important to focus on the role they play in a sentence to distinguish between them. Punctuation. Another common area where learners struggle is punctuation. Punctuating these clauses can be tricky. If you're not sure about whether to use a comma or not, return to the basic rule mentioned above. Now that we've identified potential areas for improvement, let's discuss how we can tackle these. Practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll get with these clauses and their punctuation. Try to create your own sentences using these clauses. Review and revise. Go back to the lessons on these topics and revise the concepts. Peer review. Getting feedback from your peers or teachers can be incredibly helpful. Remember, the key is to keep practicing and not get discouraged. Improvement will come with time. And that wraps up our session on reflection and improvement. Remember, English grammar can be tricky, but with regular practice and reflection, it will become second nature. I hope this video has been helpful. Happy learning, and see you in our next lesson.